This is my review of TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I have beaten both arcade and story mode on gnarly difficulty and feel I played enough of the game where I feel I can make a review. Let me start this by saying it's a great game. For the price, it's definitely worth it. This isn't coming from some nostalgic Turtle fan who loves the old beat-em-ups and the cartoon. I only see a handful of episodes of the show and only play the arcade game if the movie theater did not have the Simpsons arcade game. I am a huge Turtle fan though. However, it is mostly the comics and the original 90s movie where I get most of my enjoyment from the franchise. While I am talking, in the background it's me just going through arcade mode with Casey until I run out of things to talk about. First thing, the presentation is very nice. I really like the sprites and animation. I didn't really like the proportions at first, but they've grown on me. The characters all have nice movements, the attacks look great, and it really made me enjoy playing as everyone, even Donnie, a character I normally don't like. He is my least favorite of the four turtles. I found while their movesets were all the same, the animations, the stats, and how the enemies are affected by the moves made each character very unique, and while won't completely change how the game feels, does add a little bit of replay value if you're interested. The bosses are all fun, although even on the hardest difficulty, most of them give you time to taunt and punish them, trivializing them a bit if you can avoid their other attacks. In the video you can see that when I take on Bebop, I do just that. I love the amount of bosses in the game, and while the lack of Granitor is a sad, as he is my favorite of the two Rock Soldiers, everyone else is a great choice, Chrome Dome and Metalhead being my favorite bosses. The stages are all pretty different, which was shocking to me. I was expecting a lot more repeating locations. Same with enemy variety. We went from Foot Soldiers to Roadkill Rodneys to Triceratons to Rock Soldiers. That's a lot more than most other TMNT games give you, so I want to give props to the team for including so many goons to beat up. I would rate this game a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10 if I were actually a reviewer. It does have faults, like how you can taunt outside of combat and build meter, which trivializes a lot of the combat. If that were fixed to where you must be in combat to get meter for taunting, it would increase the challenge of the game. I also found the replay value to be a bit lacking, but it wouldn't take much to fix for me. If you complete a level in story mode without getting hit and never dropping your combo counter, you get a special little pop-up on the map saying you beat the level 100%. That way players have a goal for each level to memorize enemy layouts and focus on keeping the combo counter up. Kind of like what Cuphead does with pacifist runs and perfect runs. A minor nitpick for me is that I played Casey a lot, and he never said Goongala. I just wish he said it. However, I don't believe he actually said it in the episodes he appeared in, so I understand why they might not want to include it. Now, as I hope this game was as successful as it seems, I'm hoping to see DLC. As the devs said, while not planned, it is possible, so I want to give my thoughts on that. First, I would like to see a survival mode added, just a simple arena where you fight hordes of enemies that get harder and harder till you give up. You can extend the length if you start it with it beginning at easy, and loop and remix the stages as you go up in levels. I would really like to see more double boss fights, like Bebop and Rocksteady in the main game, and Dirtbag and Ground Chuck. Let's say you survived 100 levels of survival. 101 is Shredder and Krang together, which would be kind of interesting to fight them both at the same time. Or Slash and Metalhead. Could even call it Two Terrible Turtles. I know Metalhead isn't bad, but it could be fun. That way, you add a reason to go through it for people beyond me who can spend a few hours going through DMC Blade Palace. So they have something new to see if they actually played the survival mode. While people like me who would just play it just because they like killing time, beating up enemies. I would also like to add a new difficulty mode. Well, I will say this game is made for families. And I understand that. It's made for fans of Turtles of all ages. But I would like a harder difficulty, just to add a bit more challenge. Harder enemies from the start, like Rock Soldiers from the start. Bosses are a little faster, so you can't just taunt them during certain moves like I did versus Bebop in this video. You might be thinking, but You struggled to beat it on Gnarly your first go around, but I'm getting better. Just like with DMC, Dante Must Die is a normal mode for me now. So eventually, Gnarly will get too easy as well. So it's just a personal preference for me that I would like to see a harder difficulty. I would of course love a new story mode, even if it reused old stages. If they do the stages in reverse or something, that would be neat. Plus you can add some villains that aren't in the game, like Granitor, Anthrax, or Smash, and his Crooked Turtle Gang as new goons to beat up. Alt colors would be nice. I have seen a couple people say that they have trouble seeing multiple turtles in multiplayer, so if you add multiple alt colors, it might make it a little easier. And there's a couple palettes I think would work great, and modders have already shown that it can be done. Now the fun part where I try to make sure everything pops up nice. But I will show this. First, it would be black and white. Yes, this is a game about the cartoon turtles, but a black and white color paying homage to the originals would be cool. Next up would be the cartoon colors. In the cartoon, the turtles are actually a lot darker than they are in the game, at least in the episodes I saw, and double checked to make sure I was right. So a darker color scheme would add some variety and not have the devs stray too far from the 1987 cartoon roots. Next up, I would say, would be a turtle you've probably seen a lot and haven't really noticed it, but I would say they're pretty common. It would be the Style Guide turtles. They have the green shells, the bright green skin that you come to know pretty well, but aren't actually what I remember from the show, from the episodes I've seen. So it would be kind of cool to have the green shells just added. It wouldn't add too much, but it'd be a little neat reference. I know a lot of people are asking for characters as well, and I don't think 7 is the best number to end on no matter how lucky it is. I know a lot of people are asking for Usagi, Yojimbo, so I'm going to skip him and move on to some other characters that would be neat. Technically his name is Miyamoto Usagi, I think, but I wrote the script and didn't think about that. So first up is Shredder. Yes, he hates the turtles, but why not as a bonus play as Shredder getting revenge against himself? You can reuse a few of his moves from the game and make him playable for those who like being, well, evil. And my next choice would be the Punk Frogs. They did save us from that evil Shredder after all. They deserve to be playable. Sadly, I don't think anyone would be happy with them taking up 4 slots and a lot of development time. So since they would share most of the same animations with different shirts, maybe they can have them share the same specials, charge attacks, and slides, and just have unique normals. And their jump attack has you cycle between them as they literally frog jump off screen with the other one landing down. So like kind of like a switch mechanic where you jump up and then the next one comes in. I hope that makes sense. My next choice would be the Neutrinos. Really, just pick one and have the others come in on the Hot Rod for specials. Really, I don't really want them. I just want the Hot Rod to pop in for supers. It'd be kind of cool. Metalhead. Donnie does promise to fix him after you beat him. Why not make him a playable character? He could have a missile super, stretchy arms. Could even give him the vacuum and drill from the show. So you can kind of reference even more of the show with him. And my last one is a big one for me, but he is not one I really care for in the show. It's Slash. I don't really like cartoon Slash at all, but it wouldn't be bad to see him playable, as he was one of my favorites in the IDW comics, some toy lines. I think I'd be cool to have him. And with him and Metalhead in the game, you can probably have 6 Turtles online multiplayer, which would be kind of cool. So in the end, this became more like a wish list than a review, but I just want to give my thoughts on the game and what I like about it, what I don't like, and what I would like to see in the future, hopefully. I really like this game, and I really want more people to play it. It's fun for people who like beat 'em ups, Turtle fans, and everyone in general. Give it a shot. It's not that expensive. If you want, you can wait for sale, but $20 isn't that bad for this game. I just want to say at the end of this, if you actually listen to the whole thing, I want to thank you for sticking with me for all this time. But I tried to write a script for this, and I hope it turned out alright. I usually don't do reviews with script and everything. I usually just do off-the-cuff stuff. So that's why I hope it worked out well. If you liked it, thank you. If you didn't like it, that's fine too. I don't feel my opinion is better than anyone else's, and I feel like if you have a different opinion than mine, you should share it as well. So, with that in mind, I'm probably just gonna make this. I'm not gonna. I was gonna say I was gonna make this go to the very end of the video I have recorded, because I pre-recorded this video hoping I'd have enough stuff to talk about. But it turns out you can't make a 15-minute review. I'm trying though, really trying. But this is pretty much it. I'm just stalling for time, and you could probably tell by now. Sadly, I don't have audio to play during this video. I recorded without audio because I expected a longer video of me recording this dialogue. So I don't want to leave it muted while nothing's going on. So just gonna try to fill the void for another 2 minutes. It's not bad. But yeah, I would really like to see more characters added to this game. At least one more. I would like to also really nerf taunting somehow in this game. Like, I know I talked about it in my review and everything, but I would like to see it removed in some way when you're not being attacked. I want to make it very clear I want that removed. I think it's a little broken. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.